Welcome to Archive Vault, where we explore declassified records, hidden histories, and state-level investigations. Please note, some illustrative narration is AI-generated for storytelling purposes. All content is educational and documentary-based. You are standing inside a palace near St. Petersburg in the early 18th century. The walls around you do not look painted. They glow. Panels of amber cover the surface from floor to ceiling. Gold leaf frames the designs. Mirrors reflect candlelight. The room appears to hold its own light. The amber room was originally constructed in Prussia in the early 1700s. It was commissioned for the Charlottenburg Palace in Berlin. Craftsmen shaped amber panels, backed them with gold, and assembled them like a puzzle across the walls. In 1716, the Prussian king Frederick William I gifted the room to Tsar Peter the Great of Russia as a diplomatic gesture. The panels were transported and later installed in the Catherine Palace in Tsarskoye Selo. Over decades, Russian artisans expanded the design. The room grew larger, more amber was added. The chamber became a symbol of wealth and alliance. Visitors described it as the eighth wonder of the world. Amber is fossilized tree resin. It is fragile. It can crack under pressure. It darkens with age. Yet when polished and illuminated, it glows with deep orange and gold tones. The room was not portable in ordinary terms. It was installed as architecture. It became part of the palace itself. For more than 2 centuries, it remained in Russia. Empires changed. Wars passed. The amber room stayed in place. Then in 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union. Operation Barbarossa moved east. Nazi forces advanced toward Leningrad. The Catherine Palace stood directly in their path. Soviet curators attempted to protect the amber room. Some reports state they tried to dismantle it, but found the amber brittle and difficult to move. Instead, they reportedly covered the walls with wallpaper in an attempt to conceal it. German forces entered the palace. They recognized what was there. Within days, the panels were carefully removed. The room was dismantled in sections, packed into crates, and shipped west. The last confirmed location of the original amber room was in Königsberg, then part of Germany. It was reassembled inside Königsberg Castle in 1941. Visitors saw it there during the war. Photographs were taken. Then the war shifted again, and the trail begins to narrow. By 1944, the war had turned against Germany. Allied bombing intensified. The Eastern Front moved west. Königsberg, where the amber room had been reassembled inside the castle, became a target. The castle itself suffered damage from air raids. Fires broke out in parts of the structure. Records confirm that the amber room remained inside Königsberg Castle at least until late 1944. German officials documented its presence. Museum staff reported that the panels were stored and at times protected behind walls within the castle complex. As Soviet forces advanced toward East Prussia in early 1945, evacuation plans were discussed. Some artworks and valuables were transported westward. The documentation becomes fragmented during this period. Some records suggest that crates containing the amber room panels were prepared for transport. Others indicate that the room remained stored in the castle basement. In April 1945, Soviet forces captured Königsberg after heavy fighting. The city suffered extensive destruction. The castle was damaged further by artillery and fire. After the war, Soviet investigators searched the ruins for the amber room. They did not recover the panels. Official Soviet reports initially concluded that the room had been destroyed during bombing or fire inside the castle. However, no physical remains of the amber panels were definitively cataloged in the rubble. Amber, while fragile, does not completely disappear without trace under ordinary fire conditions. The absence of clear remains left room for uncertainty. German witnesses gave conflicting statements. Some claimed the crates were loaded onto ships before the city fell. Others insisted the panels never left the castle. The final verified public display of the original amber room remains in Königsberg during the early years of the war. After that, the documentation becomes incomplete. The castle itself was later demolished by Soviet authorities in the late 1960s. Any materials buried within its ruins would have been disturbed or destroyed during demolition. The official record confirms that the Amber Room was dismantled by German forces, transported to Königsberg, and installed in the castle. It confirms that the city was heavily bombed and later captured. It does not confirm the precise moment or method of the room's disappearance. The last clear evidence shows it intact in wartime Germany. After that, the physical trail breaks. After the war ended, the Soviet Union launched an official search for the Amber Room. Investigators questioned former German officers, museum staff, and civilians who had been in Königsberg during the final months of the war. Early Soviet reports concluded that the room had likely been destroyed during bombing raids or fires inside Königsberg Castle. However, no complete inventory of destroyed amber panels was ever presented. No confirmed fragments were publicly cataloged as definitive remains of the original chamber. The absence of physical proof allowed other possibilities to grow. Some witnesses claim that crates containing the panels were loaded onto ships in early 1945. Königsberg was a port city. During the final months of the war, Germany evacuated civilians and materials across the Baltic Sea. Several ships were sunk during those evacuations. One theory suggests the Amber Room may have gone down aboard a transport vessel. No recovered wreck has produced confirmed amber panels matching the original installation. Another line of speculation suggests the panels were moved inland and hidden in mines or tunnels. Post-war Germany contained extensive underground storage networks used during the conflict to protect art and weapons production. Searches were conducted in various mines across Germany and Poland. Some yielded hidden artworks looted by the Nazis. None produced the Amber Room in full. Individual pieces believed to be fragments of the room have surfaced over time. In the 1990s, a mosaic panel believed to be part of the Amber Room was discovered in Germany and returned to Russia. Its recovery confirmed that at least some elements had survived the war outside official archives. That discovery did not resolve the fate of the main structure. During the Cold War, investigations were limited by political tension. After German reunification, new searches were conducted with joint cooperation between Russian and German authorities. Still, no complete recovery was made. In 2003, Russia unveiled a reconstructed Amber Room inside the Catherine Palace. This version was built using historical photographs, architectural plans, and modern amber craftsmanship. It is a replica. The original panels transported from Königsberg in 1941 have not been publicly recovered in full. The confirmed facts remain. The room was dismantled, transported, and displayed in Königsberg during the war. The castle was heavily damaged. Soviet forces seized the city. No complete original Amber Room was cataloged after that point. The search continues in fragments, archives, and underwater expeditions. The Amber Room was created in the early 18th century in Prussia. It was gifted to Russia in 1716 and installed in the Catherine Palace. It remained there for more than 2 centuries. In 1941, German forces dismantled the room and transported it to Königsberg. It was reassembled and displayed inside Königsberg Castle. Photographs and wartime records confirm its presence there. By 1945, Königsberg was heavily bombed and later captured by Soviet forces. After the war, Soviet investigators searched the castle ruins and surrounding areas. They did not recover the complete Amber Room. Early official Soviet conclusions stated that the room was likely destroyed during the bombing or subsequent fires. No complete inventory of destroyed amber panels was publicly documented. Some individual pieces believed to be part of the original room have been recovered and returned to Russia. These recoveries confirm that at least fragments survived beyond the fall of Königsberg. They do not confirm the survival of the full chamber. No verified document confirms that the Amber Room was successfully evacuated by sea. No confirmed shipwreck has yielded a full set of amber panels matching the original installation. No mine, bunker, or underground vault has produced the intact room. The reconstructed Amber Room unveiled in 2003 in Russia is a modern recreation based on historical records. It is not the original structure transported during World War II. What remains certain is that the Amber Room was dismantled and moved during the war. Its last verified intact location was Königsberg Castle. After the fall of the city, the physical trail ends. The official record does not conclusively confirm destruction. It does not confirm successful evacuation. It does not confirm recovery. The Amber Room remains one of the most documented wartime art losses in modern history. The palace stands restored. The replica glows again. The original panels, if they survive, remain unaccounted for in public record. Thank you for listening to Archive Vault Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive and found it insightful. Wishing you a great week ahead, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. We'll be back soon with more stories from the archives. See you next time.